Okay, so coming onto your mat, sitting up nice and tall, and take a long deep breath in and breathe out. Another long deep breath in and breathe out. Okay, we'll chant Om or Amin or Amen 3 times. This is the universal sound of peace, and it helps to bring us into one mind and helps to bring us into the present moment. So sitting up nice and tall, let's breathe in to chant. And we'll move into the full yogic breath. So we breathe in and we expand the belly. We expand through to the chest. And then we hold it for a second. And then we exhale from the chest. Exhale from the belly. Emptying your lungs completely. Pulling your belly button to your spine. And then we do it again. We breathe in. We expand the belly. We expand through to the chest. We hold it for a second and then try and take a little bit more oxygen in and then exhale. Imagine that a big balloon is blowing up inside your belly. You know, every breath in brings us energy, and every breath out is removing toxins and stress. And 90% of our toxins are released through the breath, and that's why we always start our yoga practice with breathing exercises. And you can do these breathing exercises at any time in the day. So if you're lying on your bed or waiting in a queue, or sitting in the car, just use your discretion. And take your last full yogic breath. And then slowly returning to normal breath. Okay, so we're going to do Agnisara. So this is an exercise that massages all your internal organs. It's really good for your digestive system. So if you're not sure how to do these exercises, sign up for our workshop. We go into it in a lot more detail. So what you do is you hold onto your knees, you breathe in, sit up tall. Breathe out, exhale from the mouth. And then you tuck your chin in and you come up without any air. And you massage your stomach in and out. And you do this until you need to breathe, and you gently release your shoulders and look up. Okay, so that's one round. And we're going to do 2 more. So breathe in, holding onto your knees. Breathe in, sit up tall. Breathe out, bend forward, exhale. Tuck your chin in, come up without any air. And massage your stomach in and out. And then release, looking up. And just make sure that you're not gasping for air, that you time it correct so that it feels graceful. Okay, third and final round. Breathe in, sit up tall, hold on to your knees. Breathe out. Tuck your chin in, coming up. And looking up, release. Okay, so I'll just show you what that looks like with your stomach. So it's really good for your stomach muscles. It might feel really strange initially, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. So just keep practicing. Okay, so returning to normal breath. Take a long deep breath in and breathing out. Okay, we're going to do a breathing technique to help clear our head, Shanmukhi Mudra, and we do this by humming, and we hold and position our fingers in different parts of our face. So again, it's quite complicated, but if you have done the course with me before, we'll go straight into it. Placing your fingers just above your chin, above your lips, against your nose, and using your index fingers gently on your eyeballs, and your thumbs will press onto the cartilage in your ears. And we're going to breathe in, and then we're going to breathe out, exhale, and hum as loud as we can. And we're going to gently put pressure on all those points. So let's begin. Breathe in. And release, coming back to normal breath. And just become aware of how you're feeling in your head and how these vibrations have impacted you. If you're studying or working really long hours, this is a really good break to do to help bring more energy back to the mind and the brain. And slowly and gradually opening your eyes. Okay, we'll do our last breathing exercise. We'll do Kapalabhati. Again, this is really good for working your abs and working your stomach muscles. So we breathe in and then we exhale with short, sharp breaths. And the emphasis is on the out breath, out breath, out breath. Okay, so I'll demonstrate. We'll do 3 rounds of 15 breaths. Breathing in. And then you return to normal breath. And just become aware of this prana, this subtle life force energy that's going through your body now. Okay, we'll do another round. Breathe in. And release, relax. So obviously if you need to watch me to learn, please do so. But as you become more used to the practice, it's really nice to close your eyes and make this an inward journey, an inward experience. So just see what feels good for you today. Okay, third and final round. Breathe in. And release. So if you need to, you can also place your hand on your belly, just to guide your stomach and see where what's happening. That's fine. Otherwise our hands are on our thighs, open to the sky. And the reason that we do that is that energy is flowing a lot through our bodies, and having your palms open to the sky just allows the energy to flow freely through our fingertips. And you can actually do an experiment to see how this feels. And what you do is you just rub your hands together like this for a few seconds, and you're generating a lot of heat. So you might feel that between your fingers now. And then place your palms on your knees with your palms open to the sky. And just become aware of that energy and that prana, that subtle life force that's flowing through your fingers. And feel how light it is having your hands facing the sky. And then turn your hands to face down and just feel the difference. It's very subtle, but having your hands down is a lot more earthed and a bit heavier. So just becoming aware of these subtle energies. Okay, so we're going to warm up the body now and the spine. We'll do some body rotations. So we're going to hold onto our knees, coming forward, and we're going to rotate in a big clockwise motion, in a big circle. Imagine that you are a clock, and the hand on a clock going round in big circles. And really enjoy your yoga practice. You know, this is a meditation in motion. And bring some honor and some grace to your practice. And make a dance of it. This is your special time that you've dedicated to your mat, so you might as well be here 100%. The mind does tend to switch into the past and the future. And this is the nature of the mind, to jump around like a monkey. Okay, when you get to the center, go the other direction. So a lot about yoga is trying to bring your mind into the centered space, where we feel equanimous and unshakable. And we can only do that in this present moment. We can't change anything that's happened in the past. If we spend too much time there, we just bring up feelings of regret or longing, the good old days. And if we're too much in the future, we bring feelings of anxiety and desire. Okay, last one. Coming back to the center, rolling up one vertebra at a time, with your head coming up last. Okay, let's take our arms out to the side. And we're going to take our thumbs up and our thumbs down. And up and down. And up and down. And just syncing this with the breath. So breathing in and out. In and out. In and out. In and out. If you know how to do the Ujjayi breath or the ocean sounding breath, it really helps to elongate the breath. If you've ever been to a yoga class and someone next to you is sounding like Darth Vader, they're probably doing the Ujjayi breath. Very beautiful breathing technique. I always like to think of the knowledge point from the Art of Living called opposite values are complementary. You know, thumbs up, thumbs down, and everything in life has an opposite value, right? Everything has an opposite. We have night, we have day. We have tall, we have short. Can you think of anything in this world that does not have an opposite? Good, bad. And then releasing your arms and just rotate your shoulders. So in life, when you come across these opposites, just see them as part of this big play in this universe. That everything is complementing each other. You know, if you come across someone who's disturbing you and frustrating you because they're not behaving in a certain way, just be grateful that they're bringing some comparison to someone who may have treated you really well and behaved really well. Okay, we're going to come to a standing position. So you can either use your hands to support you or bring your hands into prayer and come forward and stand up. Standing with your feet slightly apart. Okay, so let's warm up the body. We're just going to march on the spot. Get those knees up as high as you can. So remember to listen to your body. Yoga is non-competitive, so just do what's comfortable for you. Just pushing a little bit beyond your comfort zone, but never into any pain. If you're not sure if yoga is for you, please consult a doctor. Okay, so we're going to take it up into a little jog. So just moving on the spot. It's not so easy running on sand. Try and get those knees up as high as you can. You can run around your mat. Okay, let's kick our feet out in front of us. And behind you. Okay, let's twist. And we're going to bounce on the spot, the skipping rope. This is really hard on sand. Wow. And coming back to standing position. Get your breath back. Become aware of your heart rate. Okay, we'll do some sun salutes. So breathe in, bring your hands into prayer. Breathe in, stretch up and back. And breathe out, bend forward. Take your right leg back and your left leg back into plank. Hold it there. Okay, you can do a push-up here. And then come down into cobra. If you need to bring your knees to the floor, you can. Coming down into cobra. And into downward dog. Take your feet slightly apart. For 5 breaths. And looking forward, bring your right foot forward. If you need to use your hand to bring your foot forward, that's fine. And your left foot forward. And your arms up. And into prayer. Sand all over you. We'll do the other side. Breathe in, stretch up and back. And breathe out, bend forward. Take your left leg back. Hold it there. And your right leg back into plank. Nice strong plank. Make sure your bottom's not drooping or too high in the sky. You can do a push-up. And then down into cobra. Elbows are tucked into the body. And then downward dog for 5 breaths. And left leg forward. Hold it. And right leg forward. Arms up. And into prayer. Okay, we'll go a bit faster. Breathe in, stretch up and back. Breathe out, bend forward. Right leg back. Left leg back. Cobra. Downward dog. Right leg forward. Left leg forward. Arms up. And into prayer. Breathe in, up and back. Breathe out, bend forward. Left leg back. Right leg back. Cobra. Downward dog. Left leg forward. Right leg forward. Arms up. And back into prayer. Your hands by your side. Okay, we'll breathe in. Take your arms up above your head. Point your fingers to the sky. On your next breath in, come up on your tiptoes. Find your balance, coming down, and release your hands down. Breathe in, take your left arm up to the sky. Breathe out, slide down the opposite side, look up to your hand. Breathe in, come up. And breathe out, come down. The other side, breathe in. And breathe out, slide down the left side, look up to the right hand. Coming up, we're going to bring your right foot up as high as you can, whether that's your calf or your knee or right up into your inner thigh. Just find somewhere that's comfortable for you and bring your hands into prayer and stand up nice and tall and press your hands together. And keep breathing, long deep Ujjayi breaths. Whoops. If you're losing your balance, keep your eyes fixed on something that's stationary. It's a bit hard on the sand. Are we doing all right? Take your palms up to the sky. Hug your ears with the inside of your arms. And then open up your tree. And then bring your arms down, either all the way down. You can either bring your foot down to the ground or hold onto your ankle and then pull your right leg behind you and lean forward, pointing your left hand in front of you. And stretch that leg out. Oh, it's a bit difficult on the sand. It's all right. Okay, so just find your center. Pull that leg back. And release to the ground. Okay, shake the leg out. Okay, let's do the other side. So balancing on your right foot. And then we're going to lift the left leg up as high as we can. Bring your hands together. Nice long deep Ujjayi breaths. And just having some gratitude for all the trees in this world and how useful and how amazing they are. And also the awareness that in our lifetime, in our generation, we've cut down half the trees on the planet. And this is not sustainable, and this is why we've started Ekoshi, to bring like-minded people together who would like to live differently. Thinking about all these things with every decision that we make. Bringing your hands up above your head. Trees give us so much. Shade, oxygen, furniture, fire, shelter, homes. Open up your tree. to really think about giving back to nature as much as we can in any small way. And bringing your arms down and holding on to your left ankle, and stretch your left leg back. Take your right arm out. Find your balance. Your leg might be burning a little bit. That's good. And release, coming down. And shake that out of it. Okay, let's do the half breath. This is a really nice one. It helps to get rid of any tension that might be stored inside of us. And I know with the lockdown, if you're still in lockdown and you're feeling a little bit trapped and frustrated, this is the body's natural way of getting rid of frustration. Maybe it's your family members that are upsetting you. So what you do is you breathe in on one side, and then you breathe out the other side with a ha, as loud as you can. Okay, so you're twisting your spine as well. So we'll do this. We'll do 5 ha on either side. Breathing in, ha, 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 and the other side, ha, 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 and release. Come to a standing position and just become aware of the sensation on your body and how that's making you feel. Okay, we're going to move into the triangle pose or trikonasana. So taking your feet apart and right foot facing the front of your mat slightly. Going to breathe in, take your arms out to the side, and then lean to the right as if you're touching a wall, and then come down with your right arm and up with your left arm. And if your neck is strong enough, look up to your left hand. So you're not leaning on your knee or your leg, you're just gently placing your hand there. The feeling of lifting up in the waist. Coming up and release. Okay, we'll take it to the other side. Left foot faces the front of your mat and right foot at a 90-degree angle. Breathe in, take your arms out to the side. And as you breathe out, lean to the left. Bring the left arm down and right arm up to the sky. Look up to your right hand. Breathing in, coming up, and breathe out, come down. Okay, while our feet are apart, we'll do a squat here. So bringing both your feet to face the front of your mat. Okay, we're going to breathe in, bring our hands together, breathe in. And as you breathe out, bend your knees, come down as far as you can. Press your hands together and tuck your tailbone under. If this is too easy for you, you can gently come up and down or just stay where you are. But just feel like you're tucking your tailbone under, really engaging your core. press your hands together as much as you can. And coming up. Release your hands. Okay, so you can either do another squat or you can try the crow. So the crow is a bit of a balancing posture. Not sure I can do it in the sand. Let's try. So taking your hands in front of you and bringing your knees onto your elbows. And you're just going to come up on your tiptoes and then bring your feet off the ground and balance. And release, coming down. Okay, while you're down here, bringing your hands into prayer and gently using your elbows to widen your hips into a squat. So if this is too low for you, you can just do that first level squat that we did. That's fine. And I encourage you to come into these different postures throughout the day. So whether you're watching TV or talking to someone on the phone, just come into any yoga posture and just move. Every 10 minutes, move into a different position. I was thinking of doing a whole video on this. You should see me at my desk. I move my laptop around and I'm either standing at the kitchen counter or I'm lying on the bed or I'm doing squats at the desk. So just keep moving all the time. Our body loves movement. You know, we become so stiff sitting in one position all the time. And release, coming up. Release your hands. Okay, let's do some warrior poses. So taking your right foot to the front of the mat, left foot at a 90-degree angle. Going to breathe in, take the arms out to the side. And as you breathe out, bend the right knee, come down as much as you can, and look down your right arm. So imagine that someone is pulling you from either side. Feel like a jelly baby. If you're feeling uncomfortable, just come out the posture slightly. We're going to bring our right arm to the ground and left arm up to the sky, looking up to your left hand. If you need to, you can rest on your knee. Otherwise, bring your hand down. You can also rest your hand on the floor if you need to, but try and just place it against your calf. Breathe in, come up, and breathe out, release. Okay, we'll go to the other side. Left foot faces the front of your mat, or the sea. Right foot at a 90-degree angle. Breathe in, bring your arms out to the side, and breathe out, come down as far as you can. So make sure that your knee is not going beyond your ankle. If it is, you need to come out the posture slightly or take your feet further apart. Okay, look down your hands. can either come out the posture or bring your left hand down, right arm up to the sky, looking up to your right hand. Or you can rest on your knee. Just see what feels good for you today. Remember, yoga is non-competitive, so you're just trying to improve against yourself. Breathing in, come up. Breathing out, release. Okay, bringing your feet together. Standing with your feet slightly apart. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Standing in the mountain pose, which is really apt considering I have this beautiful mountain behind me. We'll do a gentle spinal twist here called Kati Chakrasana. So breathe in and bring your hands out in front of you. Imagine that you're holding onto a beach ball. And as you breathe out, twist to the right and make sure you don't lose the distance between your hands. So make sure you're not doing this with your hands, that you're holding onto that ball. Breathe in again. And then as you breathe out, look over your right shoulder and twist around as much as you can, keeping your feet firmly on the ground. And looking back to your hands, come back to the front, breathing in. And breathe out, go to the other side. Breathe in again. Breathe out, look over your left shoulder. Looking back to your hands. Bring your hands back to the front. Breathing in. And breathe out, bring your arms down to the side. Right, let's do the gorilla. So bringing your knee up between your hands and alternating from left to right. And last one, and release. Okay, we're going to climb the mountain. So imagine that you're climbing this big mountain. I can do that. Reaching up nice and tall, get your knees up as high as you can. And once you get to the top of the mountain, you need to get water from the well. So imagine that you're pulling this big bucket of water from deep in the earth, bending over, releasing any tension in your lower back. and coming up. All right, so we're now going to just dance on the spot. Free dance, whatever feels good for you, just let it go. You can either run on the spot or dance and twist, just shake it out. And release. Okay, let's rotate our joints. Rotate your wrists. And the other direction. Okay, taking your hands onto your shoulders. Breathe in, bring your elbows forward and up, back and down. Forward and up, back and down. Let's go the other direction. So try and sync up your breath with each movement. Last one. Release your hands down. Okay, we're going to little circles with our arms. Okay, let's make those circles a little bit bigger. And even bigger. And now big circles, as big as you can make them. And let's go the other direction. A little bit smaller. And just go at whatever speed is good for you today. Arms might be burning a little bit. Make sure it's not causing you any pain. A little bit beyond your comfort zone is good. Toning up those muscles. Little circles. That's it. And release your arms down. Okay, and just shake it out from left to right. Okay, back to the center. We're going to make big circles with our hips. Big hip circles, hip rotations. And the other direction. I must remember to bring my hula hoops next time. It's so much fun. back to the center. Bringing your hands onto your knees, bring your feet together, and then we're going to rotate our knees. And the other direction. And coming up, balancing on your left foot, we're going to rotate our right ankle. And the other direction. And the other side. And the other direction. And release. Okay, we're going to come to a seated position. Sitting down on the ground. Okay, taking your feet out in front of you. And we're going to hold on to our big stick. We're going to grind the wheat. So making big circles. It doesn't matter how big your circles are. Try and make them as big as you can. Even if you're coming all the way back down, almost lying on the ground. Let's go the other direction. I'm sorry if my eyes have been closed for most of today's session, but the sun is very bright out here and I didn't want to wear my sunglasses. And last one. Okay, release. We'll do a spinal twist. So take your left foot under the right side of your body and take your right foot over your left knee. Then hold onto your right knee. Take your right arm up and behind you, look over your right shoulder. Sit up nice and tall and twist as much as you can. So if you're a golfer, this is a really, really good posture to help with your golf swing. You can also take your hand against the back of your leg and hold onto your ankle. And release coming out. Okay, we'll do the other side. So take your right foot under the left side of your body, left foot over your right knee. Hold onto your left knee with your right hand and take your left arm up and behind you. Look over your left shoulder. Twist around as much as you can. And release coming out. Okay, give yourself a little twist. Okay, we'll do a forward bend, so bending your knees if you need to. Bring your legs out in front of you and holding onto your feet. And breathing in, sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to actually breathe in, bring your arms above your head. And as you breathe out, come forward and hold onto your feet and your legs. And then bend forward as far as you can. And just feel a nice stretch all the way up your back. Try and straighten your legs. And it doesn't matter how far forward you can reach. You're just trying to stretch a little bit further every day. Everybody is different, and just to honor your body the way it is. Keep breathing into the long Ujjayi breath. Last breath. And slowly release, coming up one vertebra at a time. With your head coming up last. Then we'll do the inclined plane, so taking your hands behind you. And then lifting up your thighs. So you can remain here. Or if your neck is strong enough, drop your head back. Lift your head up, coming down. Sitting with your feet together. Okay, we'll do the butterfly. Sitting up nice and tall. Bringing your heels as close to your body as you can. And just gently flap your wings. I hope you've enjoyed this session today here in Mauritius with this beautiful Tamarin mountain, La Tourelle, behind us. And then bringing your feet together. Okay, we'll end off with a short meditation. If you haven't got time to stay with us for the meditation, you're very welcome to sign off now. And and if you'd like to stay for the meditation, please do. If you're leaving, namaste. Okay, so let's sit comfortably on our mats, sitting up nice and tall. If your back is uncomfortable and you would like to lie down, you can do that. But if you can sit with your spine erect, that's a really good position to meditate. So just bringing your awareness to your breath. Congratulating yourself for taking the time to look after your body today. Just become aware of this breath, entering in through the nose, into the lungs, and out again. If any thoughts come, just let them pass by like clouds floating in the sky. Try not to hold on to anything. Just take your awareness to your thoughts. Good thoughts or bad thoughts. Just having this awareness. Observing these thoughts. And just imagine them passing by like clouds floating in the sky. Just feeling at peace and very comfortable with your mind and these thoughts. Become aware of the sounds around you. Maybe you can hear the waves and the ocean. People talking. Just feeling very at peace with all these sounds around you. Become aware of your feelings and your emotions. Are you feeling happy or sad? Expanded or contracted? Just have this awareness of how you're feeling. And bringing your awareness back to your breath. The wind, the air that is flowing in and out of your lungs, sustaining you, this life force. Just having a moment of gratitude. Take a long deep breath in and breathe out. Another long deep breath in and breathe out. You may wiggle your fingers and toes. And slowly and gradually opening your eyes. Take this feeling of peace and love with you for the rest of the day or the rest of the evening, wherever you are. Thank you very much. I hope you've enjoyed it. Namaste.